أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So today's day 4 and let's see what we have today. First, as usual, we will go for the Tajweed segment, and the topic is still going on is Tafkhim, which means making the letter sound thick. So this is what we have learned, and still we are learning that these are the letters. In some places it's thick and in some places it's thin. And those are Alif, Madhiya. Alif Madhiya means the Alif which is which have Sakina, which is having Sukoon. It doesn't have Fatha Dhamma Kasra. Lam Lafzul Jalala means Allah, Allahumma. So these two we have done yesterday. Today we are going to do al-ghunna and al-ra. Al-ra means the raw letter. Okay. Let's start. Let's start with al-ghunna. What is ghunna? First of all, let's see what is ghunna. Ghunna we have discussed before. The ghunna is the nasal sound, which comes from or with noon and meme, especially when they are having shadda. So that gunna, the nasal sound is called gunna. That gunna also sometimes it's heavy, sometimes it's light. Do you know that before? Maybe some sisters, maybe some doesn't know. So yes, the gunna is thick or thin according to the situations. Now, when the meme and noon mushaddada, they have the same sound. Okay, no problem. But when we talk about noon sakina rules, and we have to make a gunna on certain rule, which is here we will talk about the ikhfa, where we have to make the sound khufya. Khufya means secret, hiding. Ikhfa means hiding. So inshallah tomorrow we will start the Noon Sakina rule, and we are going to inshallah learn the ikhfa rule as well. Then we will use this thick gunna and thin gunna. So this thick gunna and the light gunna is the when there is a Noon Sakina and Tanween rule. So, and you have come across many words in Quran, mashallah, you all recite Quran, but you might not have realized what to do there. So usually in Indo-Pak, what we do idhar, we read the noon, we don't make gunna. But those who knows, they know what I'm talking about. The ikhfa gunna is sometimes light, sometimes it is heavy. So what do you think when it is heavy? When noon sakina and tanween is there, and after them it comes the heavy letter as usual. So see, this is our gunna. It look, not behind, it look after it. That what is after me? So there are harakat. Yes, what it will see? A letter and the harakat, right? So if we see a letter and we see harakat, what he will go for? Letter. Okay, tell me, In alif mufakhama, what did the alif look for? Harakat or letter? Yes, letter, heavy letter. How about lafzul jalala? When we make it mufakham, lam, what does it look for? Haraka or letter? Haraka. So here, gunna, it sees also the letter what? Before or after? After. Okay. So he looks for the letter. Yani, noon sakina and tanween is there. Noon sakina and tanween is there. Actually, we all know that in tanween there is a noon sakina. So I'm just here telling you tanween also with it in case you confuse. Okay. So when there is a word like say, let's say kuntum. I will also practice with you the words, but over here, because this is the beginning, I just want to give you a slight idea. This is noon sakina, right? Yeah. This is ta. Kuntum is very common. Yeah, we always pronounce. Here comes the ikhfa rule. Here we have to hide the noon. Here the noon sakina and tanween rule is when the ta comes, it becomes ikhfa. The rule is ikhfa. Ikhfa means we have to hide the noon. Like, we hide things and children when we ask them, what are you doing? And they say, no, 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 we are not doing anything. So that situation we face when we do ikhfa. We want to hide the noon, but it's not possible in some conditions, right? But in ikhfa or bilkul, absolutely, we cannot hide the noon completely. So what we do, we try. How? We say kuntum, kuntum. This is gunna, right? We don't say kuntum. Kuntum is idhar. We are showing that there is noon because we are going to its makhraj. Kun, we are closing the makhraj. So you know there is noon. But when I say kuntum, you get confused. Huh? What is it? What is it? It is unna or it is a noon or something, Though it's quite obvious it is noon, but this is all we do. So whenever there is noon, sakina and tanween and certain letters, there are 15 letters out of 29, they come after the noon sakina letter or etc. which letter has noon sakina itself and a letter which has tanween. After that, those 15 letters, when they come, we do ikhfa. We hide them. We don't touch the makhraj of the noon. We keep our tip of the tongue away from noon makhraj and try to hide the noon. Now this hiding, this we make 2 count gunna. Okay, 2 counts gunna. Then gunna we do in such a way that first of all, like not closing the makhraj of noon. Okay, you say now an you're touching your tip of the tongue, right? At the makhraj of noon. Now when I say kun, I'm not touching it. Yeah, it's away from its makhraj. So this is kuntum. And what do you think? In this ikhfa situation, the gunna is light or heavy? Kuntum, kuntum. Also, the proper ikhfa, when you do proper ikhfa, you sort of know which letter is coming up. kuntum, kuntum. You go close to the makhraj of the next letter. This I'm telling you, this will be very useful for tomorrow when I will explain the ikhfa rule. Okay. So these 15 letters which make this rule of ikhfa, and we make 2 count gunna, it contains the heavy letters as well as light letters. So we will discuss about those letters inshallah tomorrow. So this situation, this ikhfa is heavy and light due to the letter. If there's a heavy letter after gunna, then we will make it heavy gunna. And if there are light letters, then we will make the gunna light. So inshallah, we are going to practice also. Let me get the... Okay. So gunna, look at the letter after. If the letter after it is tafkhim letter, gunna become thick. And if the letter after that is a tarqiq letter, the gunna becomes thin. Very straightforward. Okay. So look at the letter after noon sakina and tanween. If the letter is mufakham, then the gunna will be heavy. If the letter is a tarqiq letter, yani light letter, then it will be muraqqaq. Let's do practice. Okay. This is noon sakina. After that, what? Sad. And sad is what? A heavy letter. So how we make gunna when there is a noon and after that heavy letter? Please type. Is it light or is it heavy? It's going to be light or heavy? It's going to be heavy gunna. عن صلاتهم ضاد من ضر طا فإن طبنا. See, the tafkhim will be less when there is a kasra, but that doesn't mean we'll say فإن طبنا. No. فإن طبنا ضا من ظلم من ظلم. See how the gunna is heavy when the heavy letters come after that. Qaf min qabl min qabl. So this is the heavy gunna. Now come towards the light gunna. If there is a ta, فمن تبع فمن تبع دال من ديارهم كاف عنكم. Okay. Now, I have seen in students that whenever they make ikhfa, for them everything is فَمِن تَبِعَ فَمِن دِيَارِهِمْ عَنْكُمْ. This is wrong. Each and every ikhfa gunna is not this way. Okay? So heavy gunna is heavy gunna. It gives you the heaviness. عن صلاتهم من ضر من ضر. In this case, you make gunna this way, but not when there is ta, not when there is dal, not when there is a kaf. So it's not عنكم من ديارهم فمن تبع. No, this is فمن تبع min diyarihim ankum. Okay, so this is what the gunna, heavy and light. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, which is ra. And ra, we have two situations. One is mutaharrik and the other one is sakin. We see two types of ra, right? One is sakin, we see, and one we see the mutaharrik. Now ra, what do you think ra looks at to be heavy or light? Does it look at the haraka or does it look at the letter? It looks at the haraka. I make it neutral so that you guys won't understand. But I think even then it's showing the haraka. Anyway, it's the haraka again. Just like Lafzul Jalala Lam, it looks at the haraka. No matter what letter is there, well, that also matter. But that's very rare, okay? That's very few words. But that's again not in your this stage. My aim is to teach you the things when you look at certain rule, you will know. Without knowing the mechanism, without knowing what's happening to it, and you know all that. So let's just be strict to that. What should I say? The aim of the course. So the raw will look at the haraka before that. Okay, that's the general rule. So if and ru and also the ra will not see that the haraka is before me or before after me. It looks at the haraka which it has itself. The haraka that it has, that matters. Not before, not after. Okay? So this ra is very intelligent. He said, I don't care who's before me and after that. Very private, he said, I will look at myself. So it look at itself. What haraka do I have? So according to that, I will be light and heavy. Okay. So if there is a fatha and dhamma, ra will become thick, mufakham. And if there is a kasra, it will be light. Straightforward, right? No problem whatsoever. So far, if the ra, we are talking about now, the category is ra mutaharrika, the one which is having fatha, dhamma, kasra. Okay, not sakin. Sakin will be coming next. So when the ra is mutaharrika, what happens? If it is having fatha and dhamma, it will be mufakham, heavy. And if it has the kasra, it will be muraqqaq, light. Now the ra is with the fatha. So it will be sharaban, sharaban, ruba', ruba', rabbika. It's always rabbika. It's never be rabbika, rabbika. If you are reciting like rabbika, rabbika, wrong. Rabbika, rabbika. And we know how to make letters heavy is lifting your tongue up. Rabbika. Okay. When it has a kasra, it is light, easy. Rijalan, linukhrija, al-kareem, al-kareem. Now let's talk about ra sakina. It's very interesting, so you have to pay attention. Now for this, ra, look at the haraka of the letter before. Okay. Suppose now this ra is having, let's say, okay, now the ra is having sukoon. Okay. When we see a sakin ra and there's no fatha dhamma kasra, we get confused. Now it's sakin. How can we read now this one? It's like, when we are going somewhere and nowadays we have uh, our companion which she tells us the way. But before we used to have kind of map and we drew with our hands. And then, suppose we have that map and we are going to go someplace and there comes a T junction. No going further. Now, what do? We look right and left, right? Where to go? What to do? So same way, when the ra is sakina, you see the letter before it having what haraka. Okay, then we see the haraka before letter, before sakin ra. Let me get that. So if the ra is sakin, it will look at the haraka of the letter before it. Okay. So if the letter before this is having fatha dhamma, we will read it thick. Okay. And if it is having kasra, we will read it light. Isn't it straight? Yeah. Before the haraka was on itself. But now, since he is sakina, so what he do? He looks a letter before that. If the letter before that is heavy, what will happen? It will be, sorry, when the letter before that is having fatha dhamma, it will be mufakham. And if it is having kasra, it will be muraqqaq. Now see, this ra is sakin. So what it will look at? A letter before that. And then it will see that it is having fatha. Then it will be heavy. See here, al-arb. What happened here? Ra is sakin. So, and the letter before that, Hamza, has fatha. So what do you think? The ra is heavy? Yes. It's al-arb. Okay? Al-arb. Ra sakin, and before that there is dhamma. So, ra, see in Quran, there is ra sakin. How do we pronounce it? Qur'anun, Qur'anun. Ra sakin, and before that is fatha. Bardan, bardan, bardan. We don't say bardan, okay? Bardan, no. Bardan, bardan. If ra is sakin and before there is a kasra, what is it? How do we read the sakina ra? Light. Same as it was having a haraka on itself. Now it will look the haraka same, like if light or heavy, it will look at the letter and see if there's a fatha dhamma, it will be heavy. If there is a kasra, it will be light. Fairly, fairly, fairly. We will not say fairly. No, ro will be heavy. Fairly, fairly. Fir'auna, Fir'auna. Miryatin, miryatin. Mir, huh? Mir नहीं होगा. Miryatin. Okay, ra sakin. And we know, to know its heaviness and lightness, we look at the haraka before ra. Here, if there's fatha, dhamma, kasra, we read it accordingly. What if the letter before that Ra is also sakin. Problem. Then what to do? Any idea? Hmm? Come on, girls. Any idea? Now what Ra will do? Look at the haraka before. Yeah, but that also is sakin. So now what poor thing will do? How it will be pronounced? The Ra is in trouble. No idea? Okay. If the Ra is sakin and the letter before it is also sakin, sorry, haraka, we should say haraka, then it will look a letter even before that. If there is a fatha, dhamma, kasra, it will be read according to them, as we did with the first letter. But that's the thing. That's how it is. Okay. Usually, the students, they find rules are very, very difficult. They're not difficult. If you focused, then you will get them. Okay. Yes, mashallah. Okay. So Ra is sakin, and letter before that is also having sakin haraka. Then we will look at no problem. You are silent. I will go to the next one. So we will go to the next one. Yes, it's speaking. It's having either fatha, either dhamma or kasra. So no problem. I will take my journey with them, not with you. Okay? You understand now? It's actually very, very easy. You just need to focus on it. Okay. So look at the haraka of the letter before that, fatha, dhamma, and kasra. If the sakra is sakin, preceded by a sakin letter, again, now two sakin together, look at the third one. No masla, no problem. Go same as we did with the letter just before the ra, when ra was sakin. Okay. If there is a fatha dhamma, ra become thick. If there is a kasra, ra become thin. And here, look at the haraka of the before letter, fatha dhamma mufakham, kasra muraqqaq. See this, ra sakin, letter before that is sakin. We look at the third letter, it has fatha, like this. Ra sakin, ba is sakin, no problem. We'll see the letter before that. Bisabr, bisabri, or there's no haraka given. Again, if the ra is sakin and letter before that is sakin, then we will see the third letter. If it has fatha, wal asr, wal asr. Okay, so immediately see the ra. We are making it sakin by stopping. So two sakin ra. The sad is also sakina. So we will see the ain, and we get the idea how to read our ra here. If the ra is sakina and the second letter is sakin, so we will see the third letter, which is having dhamma. Then we know that a ra is going to be pronounced heavy. Al-Ghafur. Same way, if the ra is sakin, letter before it's sakin, no, and the letter before that has dhamma, sudur, sudur. Only when a little bit, when it is sakin, we just need to concentrate. Otherwise, it's very easy. Nadir. Now, if the ra sakin and the letter before is sakin and before that is having kasra, so immediately we know that this ra is going to be light, like here. Okay, I will mention something at the end. Okay. Nadir, Nadir, Nadir. الشعر الشعر بصير بصير السحر السحر. Okay, not السحر بصير, no. الشعر, no. نذير, no. Okay, نذير الشعر بصير السحر. Okay, so light, because the third letter is light, having kasra. Now, one thing I want to make clear over here, that no matter this ra, sometimes you see it has its original sukoon, fine, we know it. But sometimes it has its own haraka. Nazirun, Nazirun dammatain. What you will do? If you are reading continuous, you will read the ra heavy. Nadirun, yeah, nadirun. But if you stop and you delete this, because this is the rule of stop. When you stop, you make that letter sakina. So you're making the ra sakina because you want to stop. You will not see it was having dhammatain or dhamma or fatha, so it's going to be heavy. No. You have to see the, so you have to go to the same procedure and see. Okay, so when you stop, you just have to see if the ra is sakina. You go through the same process, no matter when it is having fatha dhamma, that is for the continue reciting, you make it heavy. But once you stop and make it sakin, right, then you have to go through this process. When continue, it whatever haraka we read it, no problem, right? We learned that if it is having fatha dhamma is heavy, like if it's having tanween of dhamma and fathatain, it's heavy. But when it is kasratain, two kasra down, then it is light. Okay, so we will stop on them accordingly. But then, and we'll see, because we are making it sakin, right? So with sakin goes rule the way I explained just now. But continues, you read accordingly, according to the haraka ra hai. So you have to remember one thing. Ra and lam, lafzul jalala, look at what? Look at the haraka. Okay, fatha, dhamma. And then accordingly it becomes thick. And also remember that gunna and alif, they both look at what? They both look at the type of letter. Mufakham or muraqqab, to be pronounced heavy. Okay, let's see our train coming. Just type 1. The sisters who are still not well versed with the makharaj till now, whatever I have explained. 5 makhraj, do you understand? Just type 1. When I say 5 mean makhraj, do you understand that? Especially the new sisters. Okay. And when I say that each main makhraj has a sub makhraj, or How you can say a specific points, specific makharij in them. You understand that as well? Hmm? Yes? Good, mashallah. And then the letters. The letter, how many letters? How many letters comes from three makharij of al-halaq and all that? So that you need to, concentrate. All right? We also never learn like in one go. But here I repeat again and again and again so that you all know at least like main makharij and the sub makharij that it has in it, at least the number of makharij, if not the letters. But they are very easy, right? See, al-jawf, first is al-jawf, which is the empty space in mouth and the halaq. It has only one makhraj, no specific makhraj in all that empty space. And what three letters comes out of it? Alif, Waw, and Ya Madiya. Ya Madiya, you can say whatever. When they are sakin and they come accordingly with the fatha, dhamma, kasra, and we stretch them for 2, 4, 6 count. The sound that we stretchy sound comes from the jawf. E, oo. We see that it's coming out, the extended sound. We feel it somewhere in the mouth, but we can't specify it. Okay, so this is jawf, the makhraj of sound of the mud letter. Now, I always teach my students come to khayshum, leave them in between. I will straight away come to the fifth one. Fifth one is al khayshum, the nasal cavity in our nose. It also doesn't have any specific or another, specific point of makhraj. It is also the place of sound, which is the gunna. When noon, mim, mushaddada, sound is gunna, nasal sound, it comes out from here. Also, we'll see ikhwa, man, yeah, so it comes in the khayshum. So whenever the sound is in the khayshum and we want to know is it a proper sound, we will feel the nasal sound is vibrating. Sometimes we feel itch when we are pronouncing gunna. Man, say man. You feel vibration, right? An, an. This is how the sound of the khayshu and the gunna sound comes out of it. Let's keep them separate now. I'm going to actually teach you today al khayshum as well. These two sound jawf, no specific makhraj. There's a sound. It is a sound makhraj, and khayshum, no specific sound. Makhraj in it, and it is a sound of gunna. Khalas, we will keep them out. These two out now. Then comes the al-halaq, our throat. There are three parts. There are three specific makharij. Now, first makhraj, which is the close to the chest, deep down, is aqsa, and hamza and ha comes out of it. We learned it yesterday. Then from the middle of our throat comes from ain and ha. We discussed it yesterday. And then come the ghain and kha, which also comes from the upper part of the halaq, which is called adnal halq. This was a difficult part, ain and ha, and I explained how you will pronounce them. You move the back of the tongue towards the wall of your throat, back, and then you say ah. Sometimes it works when we push it back. Sometimes with some sisters it works when they push it down hard, the back of the tongue. See, say and then while saying push the back of the tongue down strongly. Ah, see how my tone change? The sisters can try these two ways to take out the ain and ha. Ha. Immediately when we press the ha, hums will change. And the better way is you just push it back, the back of the tongue towards the wall of your throat. Ah, 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 or press it down. Okay, both ways, whichever way work with whoever sister, you can try that. Okay, can you try now and let us know if it's working with you? Inshallah, it's gonna work. The sisters who are struggling with the ayn and with the ha, if they try this, inshallah, they will be able to make the sound of the ha and a. Okay, so then comes the al-lisan. Al-lisan means the tongue. Tongue has 10 specific points, 10 makharij in it. And out of that, 18 letters comes. Okay, there's some sister type. Yes. Okay, alhamdulillah. So this is the biggest part. And we are going to do it, inshallah, start it tomorrow. Today I'm going to teach you Ash-Shafatain. Yes, Ash-Shafatain and Al-Khayshum. Okay, let's talk about Ash-Shafatain. Ash-Shafatain or Ash-Shafatan, both are the same. Two lips, so two makharaj, upper lips and lower lips. With two lips, mean, ba, wow, ab, aw. We are using both. But when you say fa, say af. Only the edges of upper two teeth and the lower lips we use. We don't use the upper lip. So that's why there are two makharaj in two specific, our lips. So we have done, alhamdulillah, al-jawf. We have done al-halaq. And now we are going to do al-shafatain. Very easy. We'll just go through quickly. Al-shafatain means two lips, up and down. And out of that, four letters comes out like meen, ba, wow, total I'm saying, and fa. These four letters comes out from two lips. Ash-shafatan. And let's see them separately now. Fa. You see the blue area? That is the point of the makhraj of those letters. Fa, you see the blue only on the lower lips over here. Then comes the wow because it's open, so there's no specific area we can, but it's using the both lips. Now meme. See meme? It's these two blue area. When we close our lips slightly, not very tight. You see very a friction of a part of our lips are together. Say softly. Now comes to the ba. See the ba area is more than meme, and also it is tighter than the meme. So because ba has a quality of strong, it has a strong quality than meme. So ba, ab, ba, ba has a shiddat. Meme is soft. Okay. So according to that, we pronounce these letters. Now let's see them one by one. Alpha. Fa is special, and he thinks that it is very, very VIP. That's why he was sitting separately in the compartment. So, upper, you see these upper incisors, the upper two teeth. You just have to put its edges on top of the lower lip, and it is usually it's at the border of, like when we use lipstick, when put lipstick, where the lipstick finish, the area, the dry area and the wet area start, we put our upper incisors on that area and we take out air with it. F, F, oof, if. Do it and you will know it. Not after, not on the dry area, but specifically on that point. F. If you come little bit here, it will be F. It's very strange. It shouldn't go out because then it will be F. See, F, F. It's not a proper air comes out. F, I'm putting out. F, I'm putting inside. And I'm now putting the right place my incisors. F, F, this sound. And you will feel the air flow like this. This is the touching point. The dark blue is the touching point between between the edges of incisors and also the lower lip. Between the inside of the lower lip and the tips of the two front teeth, front incisors. So like this, upper incisors, lower lip. See how it is. It's not out, it's not in. The position should be this, and we can feel this is the flow of air. Again, say F, F, F. If we are not feeling the air, move little bit ahead towards the out. F, F, F. And again, it depends on the gap on your teeth. Some people have, some doesn't. But the airflow should be like this. Okay? Let's see. في الأرض إذا فرغت فانصب. إذا فرغت فانصب. ففرغت فانصب. فلا يسرف في. Okay, mistakes that we make pronouncing fa, articulating it from outer lips, which weakens the hums. Hums, I told you, hums is the air is called hums in Tajweed word. لا تفتروا, لا تفتروا. Now, whenever the letters are sakin, there all the sifat comes out very, very clearly. لا تف لا تفتروا على الله كذبا. So if we will keep it outside, I'm going to keep my now the teeth outside. Outside means not on the proper specific point that we have discussed now. La taf, you see? And right one is sharp. And outside, when I put my teeth outside little bit on the dry area, immediately the hums quality weakens. And fa doesn't have a weak hums quality. That's why it's very, very important that we keep the edges of our teeth at specific line. لا تفتروا لا تفتروا. not la taf, taf. You see this very soft air, taf, taf, and all air coming towards my chin. While if I say taf, the air is going out, touching my chin, but not that much. Okay, now the second one is jerking it qalqalha when it's with a sukoon. Very, very common. لا يفترون لا يفترون yaf. Fa is not a qalqala letter, we know that. So don't make yaf. La yaf. Fa will take some time, okay, till we take out a good amount of air and we feel that we've done not so much. La yaftaruna, not even like that. La yaftaruna. Okay, meme. Sorry. Now, meme, as I have told you before, is articulated by closing the lips together. Slide. You see the area from edge to edge of the lips, it is closed. Put all the area, make both of the area close. Um, um, with that comes the onna sound. Now, when a meme and noon, they are not, yani, even when they are mutaharrik, ma, na, and when they are sakina, and or when we make mushaddada, and we see that the gunna is is the quality which is always with them. And these two letters, that's why they are very special, because these are only two letters which has gunna. No other letter have, right? So the gunna comes side by side with the meme. We cannot avoid it. Ma, mi, mu, right? There's a gunna because it's important sif, important characteristic. So with the gunna, we say especially when it is sakin, let's practice meme. طعام مساكين طعام مساكين يعدكم مغفرة. No, I don't want to read it wrong because there's nothing here. يعدكم مغفرة يعدكم مغفرة وعلى معك. Okay, the mistakes that we do in pronouncing meme, making it thick if it follows a thick letter, very, very common also. وعدكم الله مغانم. Now in this situation, because we are going to pronounce lam heavy, we make the meme heavy. وعدكم mu. It's not mu. وعدكم kumul, because meme is light. Mul. Mu is not heavy. Lam is heavy. Meme is not heavy. Gha is heavy. Okay. So maghanima. The how to pronounce it proper is focused on the letter which is light before you pronounce the heavy letter. We'll take this maghanima and make the letter which is light before the heavy letter, just make it more lighter towards yani more down. It's ma. Okay, ma, maghanima, not ma, maghanima. है ना? Maghanima, wrong. Ma, maghanima. Again, jerking the meme, sakina. Falyasumhu. 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 Sum. M is kalkala. How it should be? فَلْيَصُمْهُ sumhu. Give it time. Alba, making of or pronouncing of the letter ba. Articulated by closing the two lips together, but a stronger closing than the meme. See, this part is pressurized part. Now say ab, ab. You will see only this part is moving. Subhanallah. We never noticed that before. Ab or ba, bi, bu. Right? We see this part is used. Subhanallah, but both lips. But the closing is stronger than the meme due to its strong qualities. وَالصَّاحِبِ بِالْجَنْبِ اذهب بكتابي اضرب بعصاك. Okay, what mistakes we do when we pronounce ba? Making it thick if it's with any of thick letter like al-asbata. And we read also the alif which is mufakhama and muraqqaqa. So this is ba, not ba, right? Because the ba before alif is light. So it cannot be asbata. But we do it, huh? You will notice just when you recite now, inshallah, today or tomorrow, note that. Al-asbata. It should be like that. Okay? Not al-asbata. And the second thing, again, merging it with the letter fa, or we have to make the jerking sound, the qalqala sound, but some students they don't do. Wa in ta'jab, they stop like ta'jab. And qalqala somehow, some sisters they find it's very difficult. Tell if you have the difficulty, and if some of your one of your friend or sister whoever have difficulty, just tell them touch the ba makhraj and leave quickly. Ta'jab, jab, not jab. Jab we keep closing, there will be no jerk. Ta'jab, fa'jab. Hmm? Then merging two bars with haraka. The right pronunciation is what? Sababan, sababan. But how it's pronounced wrong? Sabban, sabban. One ba is ghaib. No, we have to pronounce both the ba. Then last letter is wow. Unlengthened wow is articulated by forming a circle of the two lips without the two lips meeting completely, as you see here. Why we say uh, unlengthened? It's not wow. It's not unlengthened means which is not madiyah. We say aw, wa, wa, wa. Say wa, we, woo. By the way, we Asians, we don't make lips round when we pronounce wow. While it's an essential requirement of pronouncing wow. Now, pronounce with me. Ow, ow, bow, tow, tow, or oo, boo, oo, boo. Since we are saying wow, so woo, say woo, 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 wow, and dhamma. Whenever we pronounce, we have to make our lips round. No choice. Start practicing from today. Woo, woo. Okay? Let's practice. And read with me and make your lips round whenever there is a dhamma and wow. غدوا وعشيا آووا ونصروا وزنوا و make lips round. Za, bring them back. No, bring it out. Whom, bring it, keep out. Wazanu, wazanu, wazanu. Because when you will read the for the sanad or something, ijaza, when you recite in front of the shuyukh or sheikha, she will ask you to open the camera and she will watch your lips. No matter how good you are, if you are not making your lips round on waw and dhamma, you are failed. You are failed. This is the requirement to pronounce the waw and dhamma properly. So this says, if you don't know the basics, how can we give you sanad when you're not taking the proper action? So start taking proper action from now. See, my lips are there. All this, my lips are out. But when I say shiyan or ashiya, I'm back to my normal. ashiya, wazanu, wazanu. Wa, my horn is round. Za, I came back to normal. Nu, round. Hum, round. Wazanu, wazanu. Circling too much and reacting and retracting lips back when it has mushaddada. Bilghuduwi, bilghuduwi, bilghuduwi. Don't make when the wow, because wow now it's having a kasra. Bilghuduwi wal asfal. You know, the making lips round is called dam, and bringing it back to your to its original position, it is called ruju. Yani, you have come back to your it has come back to its original uh, position. So again, we will see now we have done our al-jawf, al-halaq, and also shafatain. So now let's move on to now al-khayshum. Quickly, I'll go through. It's not a very difficult makhraj. So al-khayshum is inner part of the nose, this one. Okay, this one. And this is the makhraj of the gunna. Okay, the gunna sound of noon and meen. It is a nasal sound coming from inner nose without any influence of tongue. If you hold your nose as we practice, close you hold if you hold your nose closed, you will not be able to produce this sound. This articulation point is not for any particular letter, but for a characteristic of gunna. We know that. So this is how the meme, when we say what happened? The makhraj is closed, while the gunna is essential part of meme. So poor gunna, where it will go? Gunna is very smart. You know, gunna says, no problem, I will make my way through the nose. Subhanallah. So the meme comes yani articulated with the sound is with the gunna, but because the makhraj is closed, the gunna find its way to come out from the khayshum. So this is called the sound which comes out from the khayshum is called gunna. Okay. Okay. The same way is noon. Noon makhraj is also, where is that? Go on. Sorry. Mim makhraj and also then the noon makhraj. Noon makhraj is the same. Oh, there's no picture. How come? But anyway, we can do from here. When we say noon, the tip of the tongue, say un will not be here because this is for me. It will touch somewhere up here. Un, right. Now when we touch the makhraj of noon, what happened? It's also closed. Then the gunna, very smart, as we know, it also go out from the nasal. So noon and meme makhraj, because it is closed, the gunna takes its way out from the khayshum. Okay? Okay, Shah, Sobia, it's you only. Chalo, we will close the class now. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم